Hello, Pennsylvania Legislature. This is a public school teacher with a public service announcement for you. A lesson in math. See, we have this budget impasse over here in Pennsylvania, and it seems to me that, well, both houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives in Pennsylvania, are controlled by Republican legislatures, and it seems like you're really good. I want to give you your props. You're really good at subtraction. Addition, not so good. So I want to help you with a lesson on addition and subtraction. So over here, we have some fruit. And in particular, I want to talk about these apples. Okay, now these 4 apples here, they represent the Pennsylvania education budget as it was a little while back, about 5 years ago. All right, so this is the amount of money that Pennsylvania spent on its public schools. And what happened was President Obama and the U.S. Congress, they came up with these oranges, which represent federal stimulus dollars. They said, let's help you guys out so you can increase your education budget. Pretty nice, huh? That's a lot of fruit. But even though this money here, these oranges, they were supposed to be spent on one-time projects, capital improvements, and things like that, the Pennsylvania legislature at the time were kind of cheap, so they took 2 apples away, put it for other things, put these oranges down here, and they had pretty much what they had had before. Not bad. They didn't get rid of anything. Didn't really, cost anything in terms of programs. But they could have put some more money into the school system, but they didn't. They went with this. All right, no problem, I guess. So for about 2 years, this is what we had for our funding, and then the federal stimulus dollars, was only going to be temporary. So I said bye to those oranges, and they went, and we were left with this. So the legislature should have taken this money, these apples, and put them back to bring state spending for education up to what it had been. But, oh, no. That's not what we did. Instead, we said, you know what? This is enough. We're going to keep the same funding we had before. Now, you might be saying to yourself, what are you talking about, same funding? We had 4 pieces of fruit. Yes, we did. We did have 4 pieces of fruit, but we had 2 apples, and we still have 2 apples. That's why Republicans have been saying that there was no cut in education, because they had 2 apples before. They have 2 apples now. See, 2 apples, but less fruit. See, that's why there actually was a cut. So there are consequences when you do this. When you try to run your schools on this much funding for 4 years, there's some real-world consequences for that. We had over 10,000 teachers out of work. We had class sizes ballooning. We had curriculum being narrowed. School children, especially those in the poorest districts, didn't have what they needed. They lost classes. Test scores started to take a nosedive. And, even though Republicans still said, look, hey, we got those 2 apples, people weren't too happy with that. So we voted. We booted out the Republican governor, and we voted in our own governor, Governor Wolf, who said, you know what, I think we really should put these 2 apples back. That's what he campaigned on, and that's what he did whenever he got into office. He said, let's put those 2 apples back. But the legislature, still controlled by Republicans, said, no way, you just get those 2 apples and that's it. That's why the governor vetoed the budget. So, Pennsylvania legislature, if you really want to help school kids, if you really want to help improve the situation, it's your job to put back, oh, no, we're not getting any more stimulus dollars. No. It's your job to put back what you took away in the first place and bring back the school funding to what it was. All right, so let me say this, please, please, please. Pennsylvania legislators, Republicans, Democrats, no matter what party you belong to, please heal the education budget from what it was. Help Pennsylvania's children. That's your job. That's what you need to do. So please, I'm begging you, bring back the education budget to what it was. Heal Pennsylvania schools. A little lesson in Pennsylvania budget math. Thank you.